Welcome, welcome. I am going to let you guys in on my journey. My name is Dr. Drlisalewis, and I'm a naturopathic doctor, functional medicine doctor, acupuncturist, focusing mostly on women's health, fertility, menopause, like all kinds of hormone imbalances, as well as generalized health, right? Um, and so I have had over the years my own struggles with health. And to be clear, I started studying natural medicine 20 plus, almost 30 years ago because I was trying to learn to heal myself because no one else could help me, right? So, most recently, I said over the last 10 or 15 years, my journey with menopause has put me in a very precarious position. So, as I help people get healthy and I support them with their health, I feel like my stress and all the things that come with being an entrepreneur have started to have a bit of a significant effect on my health. And no matter what we do, right, no matter how I change my diet, try to implement these holistic strategies, I find myself now struggling with weight when I never had to struggle with it before. And so I had a hysterectomy that went bad, and I'll share all parts of my journey as as the 10 weeks go by. But I had a surgical error. There was a surgical error done in my hysterectomy, which caused me to have 4 or 5 more surgeries. It was just a nightmare about 12 years ago. And which actually ended about 5 years ago in me losing my kidney. And so there's been this struggle with this post-hysterectomy or post-menopausal weight gain, thyroid going out of balance, stressors, cortisol, like all of these hormone imbalances. And I'll work on one and then another one will pop up, and I'll work on another one and another one will pop up, right? But the biggest challenge for me is around my weight, because I've never in my life had to deal with weight. I was always, considered skinny all my life. And so this challenge with weight gain has caused me to kind of go inside and shrink a little bit and not really show up the way that I need to. And so I decided I'm going to do something about this. And I'm really going to go all out, but in a way that makes sense and in a way that can support me in my journey. Okay. I'm going to vlog this, right? I'm going to take you along with me in this journey. I'm about 5 days in, and I'll catch you up on the things that I've done so far in this 5 days. But I think that it would be beneficial for you to see the progress and see what I'm doing so that you can possibly mimic it as well. Okay? Now, I'm starting a regimen that is kind of a modified keto diet, which will incorporate a low fat as well as a low carb diet. My focus is going to be on measuring, eating certain foods that I know will help reduce inflammation and will improve digestion, but make sure I'm getting the right amount of protein so I don't lose muscle during this weight loss journey. as well as making sure that I'm eating also in a shortened window. So I'm going to be doing intermittent fasting. So it's a 10-week program. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this for 10 weeks. So I'll record and upload over the 10-week period. Okay, the first 2 days I had to load food in. So I had to eat a ton of food, like 5,000 calories, because I had to make sure that my body was not in store mode, that it would be in release mode. And so when you're in diet and like you're dieting mode and you're not eating enough, your body stores more, right? So I had to trick it and eat a whole lot of food. And it was ridiculous trying to eat that much food. I felt like I was just eating all day long. It was horrible. But I did it. Okay, so for the first 2 days, I loaded. I ate approximately 4,000 to 5,000 calories to put myself in release phase, which is that second, okay, which is the second step. So day 1 and 2, you're loading. And then day 3, I'm releasing. So once you get into release phase, then you have to take your measurements. You have to like measure all parts of your body, and I have to weigh myself every day, and I have to take a picture of my weight loss every day or my weight every day so that I can track it. I have to also write down what I'm eating every day. So I have to journal. I'm going to journal how I feel as well. So I'm going to journal my mood and my food, okay? Because there's so much emotional stuff that's going on with this journey too, and you can probably hear me a little because it's very emotional. And so I'm also I did to 2 loading days, and I started the 2 days on a release. So the first phase is a 6 week. It's a 6 week phase, and so I'll be releasing for 6 weeks, and then for 4 weeks I'll be in maintenance mode, where the diet regimen will change again. And so this is why it was pretty emotional for me. Because weight is never just about the weight. It's about maybe things that you're holding, some emotional issues that you might not be ready to release. It comes with its own challenges, whether it's shame or whether it's feeling like an imposter or whether it's hiding, whatever it might show up. Everyone has a different reason or a different emotion around the weight gain. But what I found is that there were some really interesting exercises that I had to start prior to the loading phase and the release phase, right? I had to clean out my kitchen and get all the food that was not on the list out, and reorganize my kitchen, which was not a problem for me because I've already been eating a certain diet, and a lot of those inflammatory foods like dairy and wheat and all of that were gone, right? So I wasn't eating that. What I realized is I was probably eating too much fat, right? Because I was eating a lot of coconut, milk, yogurts, a lot of nuts and seeds and all that kind of stuff. So it is a bit of a challenge for me to pull all the fats out, but I'm doing it. And the second, after I completed all of the clearing out the kitchen and making sure that I purchased the foods that I needed to purchase, the second was we had to take a picture. You had to find a picture of yourself when you're exceptionally happy. Or I looked at it like a picture of when I was happy with the way I looked, or happy with my weight, or just happy in general. And this was the biggest aha for me. And this is where I realized that my life had changed significantly as I gained weight. Because I had to go through decades of pictures before I could find a picture of myself that I was happy. And I'm trying not to cry now because I was on the floor for I don't know, 15 minutes when I realized this. that I've been hiding. I've been hiding, right? I've been hiding from the camera. I've been hiding from video. I've been hiding from, socially, because I just haven't been happy with my body. And as a naturopathic doctor, I always knew that I practiced what I preached and I looked the part. But as I started to gain weight, I knew I was still doing a lot of the work, but I was no longer looking the part. So I was hiding. I was hiding from cameras. I had to go, because it's been 12 years since the surgery, that first surgery. I had to go like 12, 14, 16 years back to find a photo of me that looked like me, that reminded me of me. And so I want to just encourage anyone who's going to be doing this journey, or you're going to take on a journey like this, to recognize that it ain't just about the food. It's just not about the food. There's something emotional, mental, spiritual happening. And unless we connect with that deeper work, the food is not going to get us to the result. So I'm not going to hide anymore. So that's why I'm doing this blog. Okay? I'm not hiding anymore, because I'm happy. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of the work that I've done. I'm proud of the people that I support. But you know something? I'm going to do the work. I'm going to figure out where these imbalances are in me. And you're going to see a significant change in this 10 weeks. So I'm going to be posting my photos, posting foods that I'm eating, posting workouts, which, by the way, I'm not going to be doing really intense workouts. I'm just going to be doing like joyful, loving, like easygoing exercises, because my stress is too high. And most of the reason why I've gained weight is not just because of the hormonal imbalance from the estrogen and progesterone and all that, but it's because my cortisol is way too high. My stress is way, way too high. Okay? And it's always been my Achilles heel, which is why I had to have the hysterectomy in the first place. Okay? So with all that said, this is going to be a journey of me getting back to self and being like calm and relaxed, and like bringing myself back to my meditations and getting back to who I know I can be. What's locked inside of me is getting ready to come out. So with all that said, I hope you join me on this journey. And if you decide to take on a journey of your own, I hope that I can be some support to you. This is going to be interesting because, again, I've been hiding, so I haven't been, sharing everything that I'm doing. I get it done, but I'm doing it behind the scenes, so we're going to be doing it bright in front of the camera and ready to make it happen. So, and before I go, I just want to give you one quick, surprise, right? Day 1, after loading, so I loaded for day 1 and 2. So day 3, which is the first day of me starting the diet, I lost 0.6 pounds. Okay? Now, day 2, I lost 2.6 pounds. So in 2 days, I'm down 3.2 pounds. So I'm gonna lose a crap load of weight if I can keep going in this vein, because I don't think it's water, just so you know. But I'm gonna just log and give you like the pounds that I'm losing and all that kind of stuff, and I just hope that this will help encourage someone else who is on this journey and who's ready to just change their life and do the work, the emotional work and all of that. And so so sometimes you guys might see me crying or sad, but I'm just gonna be all out there like, poof, this is me, because this is who I've always been. very open, and I'm tired of hiding. I'm not hiding anymore. All right. So I will see you guys on my 10-week journey. Join me, encourage me, and I look forward to being able to like really make this change. Right. In 10 weeks, it's going to be a different me. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.